Disability Network Eastern Michigan's logo appears on the screen. Disclaimer: our assistive technology program is just one of the ways that we are able to assist consumers in becoming more independent. We are not endorsing any of the products we demo. We are using them as an educational resource to show examples of existing technology available for people to use and help eliminate barriers.
In our last video, I introduced you to augmentative and alternative communication, and I talked about augmentative and alternative communication boards, also known as AAC boards. Today I'm going to talk about high-tech AAC boards, and I'm going to introduce you to WeaveChat. WeaveChat is an app that's available for free on Apple iOS devices, Android devices, and even on computers. Let's check out how WeaveChat works. Currently, I'm on the home screen of WeaveChat. WeaveChat does have a default AAC board. However, not everybody may find it accessible. I'm going to show you how you can build a customized AAC board on WeaveChat. So the first thing I'm going to do is tap on Settings. Upon tapping on Settings, a whole bunch of different options will come up for customizing an AAC board. I'll talk about a few of these options in a little bit. The first thing I'm going to do is tap on Board Builder, and that's toward the middle of my screen. And then after tapping on Board Builder, I'm then going to tap on Add New Board at the top of the screen. And this will give me a whole list of options to choose from for choosing the size of the board I want. So I can choose a 1x2 grid all the way up to 40 different icons or even 100. I'm going to scroll down toward the bottom, and I'm actually going to choose the Morgan board. And the Morgan board was developed by an actual AAC user. Upon tapping on the Morgan board, I am then going to have to give it a title. So I'm just going to title this Morgan board. And then after giving it a title, I can then give it a description if I want. And once I give the title and description, I can then tap on Press to Save. And that will save the board. It will take a little bit. So let's wait for it to load, and then I'll explain more of what's on the board. So now I have the Morgan board in front of me, and there's a whole bunch of different icons with different colors, and yellow colors represent pronouns, green colors represent verbs, blue colors are adjectives, and that's just to name a few of the colors on the board. And the colors help to navigate across the board to find words quicker and allow the user to communicate what they want to communicate. Also, you have, when you tap on different icons, the app will speak the icons you've tapped, or you can do it where you can silence when you tap them, but then be able to select the icon, and after you select them out, it'll read the sentence. So I'm going to put I love assistive technology, and that'll come up in that white box at the top of my screen. And then I'll tap at that white box, and WeaveChat will read what I tapped on.
I love assistive technology.
So now let me go ahead and I'll further customize the board and show you a few other options. So I'm going to go back to setting, and then I want to edit a button or add a custom one. So I'm going to go ahead and tap on Button Editor. And upon doing so, I'm then going to tap on Images. So I just uploaded a image of myself. And when you upload the image, you can title it what you want. Or you can use an image and replace the existing icon with a image you would prefer. So upon tapping on my image, I titled it Jeffrey. I put this under the category People so that I can find myself quicker and be able to say my name is Jeffrey. And then currently the app is using a synthetic voice for my name. I'm going to show you how you can change voices and be able to use your own voice. So I'm going to go back to the button setting. So under custom buttons, I'm going to go all the way to the bottom, and I'm going to tap on button customization. And then upon doing that, I would then have to find the icon on this smorgasbord. So I'm going to tap people. And then I'm going to find my icon. So Jeffrey, I'm going to tap and hold on it. And then again, I have the option to change the title or the pronunciation. So currently in a synthetic voice, this is what my name sounds like.
Jeffrey.
I'm going to change it and use my own voice. So to record my voice, I'm going to scroll to the bottom of the screen, and then I'm going to tap on press and hold. And while I do that, I will use my own voice. Jeffrey. And then I can listen to it. Jeffrey. And if I like it, I can then tap on press to save. So now let me go back to the smorgasbord, and I will put in my name is Jeffrey, and you'll be able to hear what that sounds like. So now that I've customized my button and saved it with my voice instead of a synthetic voice, I am now back on my smorgasbord, and I'm going to select the button so that my board reads my name is Jeffrey. So my name will have a synthetic voice, and then Jeffrey will have my voice. Let's check it out. So the first thing I'm going to do is tap on Conversation, which is a folder. And upon tapping on Conversations, I would then tap on Convo Phrases. And Convo Phrases, under there, there's already the phrase, my name is. I'm going to tap on that. And now I'm going to go into People, and then select Jeffrey. And now I'm going to tap in that white area at the top of my screen, and the device will read my sentence.
My name is.
Jeffrey. Now let's go back and I'll show you other options for customization on your AAC board in WeaveChat. So now I'm back on settings, and I'm quickly going to talk about the other options that I have not mentioned yet. So there's look and feel, and this allows you to change the colors of different buttons, the size of the buttons, and even the text size within them. You can change the voice and language, so there's a whole bunch of different voices to choose from. You can also change the language to a different language. And then there's board settings, and that's where you can change how you interact with the board. So for example, when you tap on a button, you can have the app read what you've tapped on, or you can mute that and simply select the buttons you want to make a sentence, for example, and then you can have the board read what you've selected once you're done. And you can also change a setting so that when you first open the app, instead of opening to a menu, it would open directly to your default board. And then there's Vocab Packs. I'm going to show that to you real quick. And so there's a whole bunch of specific Vocab Packs that you can choose from, ranging from everyday topics to health topics of stuff that's very specific, so that if you're trying to relay how you're feeling or if you're at a doctor, it can be very helpful. There's relationship topics, there's identity topics, and then there's language vocabulary. So for example, you can upload buttons that are ASL, so that's a vocab pack that's already on there. And there's even things from children's books. So this allows you to further customize your board beyond basic words that are usually in a basic AAC board. And then lastly, there's phrases, and that's where you can make your own phrases. I'm going to show you how you can do that real quick. So I'm going to go ahead and tap on phrases. And once I do that, I'm going to tap on Add New Phrase at the top of the board. And upon doing that, I'll be able to make any phrase I want. So usually when you're making a phrase, this would be something you say a lot every day. So whether that's in your everyday speech or something you may say a lot at work or at school. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put in Welcome to Disability Network, Eastern Michigan. Then once I've added the phrase, I'll go back to my board. And on my main board, if you go toward the bottom, there's the last key component to our AAC board. So first thing I'm going to do at the bottom is tap on phrase. And now I can upload the phrase that I just selected and have the board read it.
Welcome to Disability Network Eastern Michigan.
The other options at the bottom, there's Finder. So when you tap on Finder, if you're having trouble finding the button you want, you can start typing it in and find where that button is and be able to select it. There's Keyboard, and that's where you can type any word you want or words, and the board will then read what you've typed. And there's also Draw, and that's where you can draw different pictures. So this can help if you're trying to express yourself, or for people that like to draw to be able to communicate, you can do so. As you see here, I've just drawn a smiley face. And that's pretty much the basics of the AAC boards on WeaveChat. There's a lot more to it. I hope this was helpful, and please stay tuned for our next video.
Thanks for watching. Before you go, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. For more information about us, visit our website at www.dnemichigan.org.